Well, the plan was to do this live, and but for several reasons it didn't work out right. So I'm going to go ahead and just proceed. What I want to do is want to try to draw 5 different things. And if you have your paper, you can go ahead and you can follow along. And if you mess up, just start over. You can erase. You can do however you want to do it, and just kind of follow me as I go along. And I'm going to draw these out, and then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go back and tell you a little bit about what I did, you know, like as far as the shapes go, okay? And I've talked about that before, as far as, you know, everything is made up of shapes, and just kind of, if you look at it, when you see something, look at the overall shape and see how that image, or rather how that thing is that you're looking at, like a tree, for example. What does that tree really look like? Does it look like a triangle? Does it look like an oval or a circle? And then you can start doing the detail, but get your shapes in there first, okay? So I've sketched out some things here, and then I went and I sketched out some more stuff up here to where I can kind of have it all laid out to where it won't take a lot of time. And so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to draw like a dog's face for you. And I'm going to do kind of like an oval. And then right at the top where the ears go, I'm just going to do a shape like that, because his ears are hanging down, and another shape just like that, okay? Now you might want to have your ears sticking straight up, which is okay. Now I'm going to do his nose. Okay? Now you can also make kind of like an upside down triangular shape right here, okay? Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 ovals. 1, 2, 3, okay? I'm going to do 2 more right here. And then I'm going to do a few dots for his whiskers. Okay? Now I'm going to do his tongue. And down here it'll be his chin. And right here is going to be his collar. Okay? Now sometimes when I'm filming, for some reason it reverses and it makes it look like I'm left-handed, but I'm not, I'm right-handed. And it also would show, if it does that, it's going to be reversed. So I'm going to write down the name of the dog, but I'm going to do it backwards here, so hopefully it'll show up correct when you look at it. Okay. Now, so when you do this, you can come in later and you can color it, and you can add your shadows and your shades to it, and however you want to go about doing it, okay? So there's our dog, and you can kind of see all those shapes that we used. And it's not a whole lot. I mean, really, you've got your ovals right here, and maybe a couple of triangular shapes, and then your curved lines, okay? So let's go over here, and I think to balance this out, I think I need to do maybe a duck's face. He's kind of a funny looking duck. Now I ran out of room up here, but if I had more room on the paper, I would add, like, you know, his feathers or hair up here, okay? I mean, they got feathers, you know. Okay, and do our oval here and here. I might even do one more, let's see. I'll do 1, 2, and there. I might even do another one right there, maybe. We'll just see. Okay? Now, let's see. Let's do right here. I'm going to do another one because some of y'all liked the sharks. So I think I'm going to do a shark right here. And I'm going to do a different kind of shark. I'm going to do a hammerhead. Some of y'all may have already read about hammerheads. Came down a little bit too low right there, okay? So when you do it, you might want to stop about right here on yours. Okay? So there's our hammerhead. Now, you might want to, when you draw it, you might want to tweak it up a little bit. What I mean by that is smooth out your lines, because this, I'm drawing on a table, and this right here is at a slant, so it may cause me to go off a little bit. So when you do it, you're flat on a table. So this is kind of strange because it comes out and his eye is right here. So this is closer to you, so you want to draw this a little bit bigger. And then you wouldn't necessarily see this on that side, but this one here at that angle, how we're looking at it, you're going to see it on this side. See, this one and its other one over here, okay? Now let's do a bird. And we have more circles. We have an oval, and now let's see. This is kind of a triangular shape, but I've got a line right here. You see, his nose, hole. Okay. Now, when you go to do this, you might want to add more feathers. Okay, and now we'll do his feet. I'm just going to rough this in a little bit. All right, now, so when you go to do this, obviously you can take your time a little bit more, and like I said, you can do more of the detail of the feathers. You can add more shadows coming in. You can add more detail to the face and all this, and you can make this look more like feathers. Okay. For the last one, I thought we would do a marsupial, and I don't know if y'all have ever studied about marsupials, but that's a kangaroo. And here we've got the only marsupial on the North American continent is a possum. Some people call it opossum, I say possum, but that's the only marsupial we have. And it's a real cool animal. And but we're going to do the kangaroo, okay? And the kangaroo has a pretty big backside because he's, got a lot of muscle, a lot of leg back here to jump. So now he's got another leg back here, so what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of show just a little bit of it right back here. And the same thing for his front legs, okay? Just going to do it like that, okay? Now I'll come in here for his ear. right, so now we've got these 5 figures on here, okay? And so kind of look at it and kind of see what type shapes, if you were going to look at this, and how you would break this up into shapes.